You're right there guys, how's it going? Today I'm bringing you a match against a guy called Tony626 and you know, I kind of felt like I should be bringing you an OU match today because it's done nothing but rain here for the past 4 or 5 days, but then I remembered, wait, I don't play OU, what am I talking about? No, OU is good in its own right. I just can't tear myself away from NU because I'm still not bored of it. I don't know what it is, but I think just by messing around with different Pokemon, you just never actually get bored of it. I did play a bit of RU earlier as well, and it was good. Like, RU has some good Pokemon in, and I do enjoy watching RU matches, but the match kind of basically degenerated into a still war between a Sigilyph and a Slowking, which you gotta do sometimes to be fair, but it wouldn't have made for a very entertaining gameplay, so I thought, whatever, don't use that one, use this one instead, because it was a pretty good gameplay. And we got Tropius here, we got Grumpig, and Tropius, for anyone who's never... Well, for anyone who was with my channel from the start, from the old World at War days, I have a bit of a bad experience with dinosaurs on my channel, right? Don't ask me how, but there's one dinosaur called Ozzy from a film called The Land Before Time always manages to find his way into my videos. I don't know how, because I thought I erased all traces of this guy from my computer. But somehow there's this little fragment of data remaining, which is just him, just breeding like a virus in my system. And I know eventually he's going to come back, and I'm terrified. I don't know about you guys. Anyways, going to go for a layer of spikes here on the Pyrotoz, and then I don't want to play mind games with, oh, is he going to attack, or is he going to T-Wave, or whatever. So I go to Sandshrew here, because whatever he does, I'm either immune or I resist pretty much, so not too shabby as a wall. Good old Sandshrew here. Now I go for Stealth Rocks on the switch as it goes to Tropius for the whole, you know, in before rocks kind of thing. That kind of works out for him there, as he does get up a sub. Now I literally can't touch him with Sandshrew apart from knockoff, I guess, which wouldn't break the sub of course. So I figure, okay, if anything's going to take down this Tropius, it's going to be Lopunny. It's got to be Lopunny. Lopunny is just the all-purpose, general trolling kind of Pokemon. I have the 2-2-2 format on my team here, which is basically 2 sweepers, 2 walls, and 2 kind of quote-unquote trolling Pokemon. Basically anything which is max speed, max HP, I kind of dub a troll Pokemon. I've used kind of Mischievous and Gardevoir in that kind of same role before. But, you know, Liepard, Lopunny, Maractus, all that good stuff, it kind of works out. Now this is what I was waiting for. Goes for a sub and of course gets his Citrus Berry back up to where he was before. I think it's 25%, is it, Citrus Berry? And they do actually have the Pinch Berries released now, so you can have like, you know, Pitaya Berry or Salac Berry with Harvest. Can you imagine Harvest Salac Berry on an Exeggutor? That will just wreck teams, let me tell you. Anyways, go for an Encore here just to lock him into the sub, and the Hax Gods are kind of kind to me here because they say, alright, we've seen enough of you, Tropius. Get fully paralyzed, and now Octillery can finish him off with a Flamethrower, so that's pretty good. Now in comes Probopass, and I know these things are notoriously good at being special wars, and I kind of thought, okay, well I'm choice specs, I have to go for a Flamethrower, and I may as well just to get some damage on him, and it seems a bit pointless to waste the sub, so yeah, I may as well go for it. Now his Power Gem's going to break my sub, which kind of tells me that the crit earlier on Maractus probably made no difference at all. But I'm going to switch out now, go ahead and switch into Shrew Manchu here. By the way, playing RU earlier, I actually realised that I have the exact same name for my Sand Slash, which doesn't really work because it's not a Shrew, or yeah, I guess it kind of is a Shrew, but this guy's more of a Shrew. He's the real Shrew, the true Shrew, you might say. Now he brings in Samurott, and I just go for a knockoff on whatever. I don't really care what I hit, I just want to get rid of an item of some description. Now I switch here, and I'm really glad I did, because I kind of thought he'd go for a Swords Dance, right? So my plan was just to Encore him into Swords Dance, or if he wants to Aqua Jet to avoid that, fine, I don't really mind. Now he actually goes for Surf, and I should have really realised this looking at his team structure, because he has Emboar and Zangoose as physical attackers, so it kind of makes sense that this guy is the special attacker. And that didn't even click in my mind, but hey, it kind of works out. It does mean I have to sacrifice Lopunny here, but I can at least Encore him into Surf so he can't switch up to Ice Beam or whatever. Bring in Maractus here. Now I get a free sub and I can get up a layer of spikes on whatever I feel like, or Leech Seed, whatever, depending on whatever comes in. Now in comes Grumpig here. Had he bought in Ember, I would have probably just gone for sub and then started to get Leech Seed recovery on him, and then switched out, but I kind of thought, it's Grumpig, I can just go for a Leech Seed and then he'll break my sub and then I'll just keep going for spikes until I die pretty much, because I don't really care about Maractus at this point. But he goes for Taunt here, which is a good play. Now it does mean that I can't get up any layers of spikes, and you know, I do have the Leech Seed recovery, but he can easily just switch out and I can't replace the Leech Seed, so I have to kind of switch as well. Now I figure he's going to want to go into his Ember, because, you know, obviously I can't really touch Ember with Maractus. Maractus, interestingly, does actually get some good moves in the Black and White move tutors, so you get, what? Black and White 2 move tutors, sorry. You get Drain Punch, you get... what else did it get? I think it got a couple of good moves, but you could now have kind of a physical attacking variant with Sub, Sucker Punch, Drain Punch, and... I don't know, Needle Arm or Seed Bomb maybe? Don't know. Anyways, all that rambling aside, Ember here, I was thinking, yeah, I'm pretty safe. I can resist the fighting type stab, and I've got thick fat, so I kind of resist the fire type stab. And then he shows me Head Smash, and I thought, damn, that is not good. Grumpig, unfortunately, has to die, but now I can bring in Shrew Manchu here and just go for an Earthquake on whatever comes in. Samurott comes in. I'm kind of glad I didn't go for Knockoff in that case, because that would have been pointless. Now I bring Octillery just to take the, what I thought would be the Ice Beam, because I thought he'd predict my switch into Maractus to take the Surf, but hey, that kind of works out as well, I guess. Now I'm kind of thinking, okay, he'll probably just go for Grass Knot. Gonna go into Maractus here just to pretty much sack him, I guess. I don't know. I was kind of thinking, okay, maybe I'll take a Grass Knot and then I'll outspeed him, possibly. Wasn't really counting on that, but it turns out I actually do outspeed him and I can get up a layer of spikes, which is all fine and dandy. Then he kills me off with Ice Beam. Actually, how did I outspeed this Samurott? I think it has base 70 speed and Maractus is like base 60 or something. But I am max speed to be fair, so maybe he's like max speed, modest nature or something. Don't really know. In any case, I bring in Raticate here. Now the cool thing is, even though I probably didn't need it in that situation, I could actually go into Raticate earlier from the Baton Pass, get my Toxic Orb activated, and so I don't need to waste a turn, you know, having to Protect or whatever. I don't actually have Protect, but you know what I mean. I don't have to spend the turn activating the Toxic Orb. So I U-turn out on Probopass because I can't touch this guy, and gonna go into Shrew Manchu once again. I kind of figure, unless he's got Toxic, he really can't touch Sandshrew because, what, Power Gem, T-Wave, Volt Switch, Stealth Rock. Sandshrew is pretty much a hard counter to Probopass. It's pretty interesting. Now I go for Knockoff just to get rid of his leftovers. I think I predicted the switch, but doesn't really matter. He seems pretty adamant on keeping going for Power Gems here, so I think, okay, may as well go for Rapid Spin. Get rid of those, and I think on the next turn I'm just going to go for an Earthquake and finish him off. Probopass, you are a defensive beast, but nothing compared to the might of Shrew Manchu. Take him down, that's brilliant, and now that Probopass is out of the way, Raticate can actually come in and do some damage. Now Grumpig comes in, I figure, okay, on the off chance he has Calm Mind or something, I don't want him setting up, so I'm just going to leave in Sandshrew here to die. He did a good job. I'm pretty happy with his performance this game. Definitely getting promoted for this. So I'm going to bring in my Raticate here to do some, hopefully, last minute cleaning up. Go for a Facade on the Grumpig. That is not going to live a Facade. Raticate is the sheer force of this team. Facade, Toxic Orb, Guts, and, you know, Stab, obviously, and whatnot. Very, very powerful. Very quick. Priority in the form of Sucker Punch, and of course, me first, which always tends to throw people off from time to time, so yeah, it's pretty good. Now he brings in Zangoose, and I was kind of worried about him being a Choice Scarf variant, but then I thought, hey, whatever, go for Facade, because I don't think a Sucker Punch will kill, and it does take him out, which is great. Now his last is Ember, and again, I don't know if he's Scarfed or not, so I'm just going to go for a Sucker Punch, just to be safe, and that is going to seal the deal. Raticate there, cleaning up, and yeah, that was actually a really interesting game. Probably one of the better ones I've got on my hard drive at the moment, but... Oh my god, he's back! I knew it!
Eggs.
Any reference to a dinosaur in the video, and I knew he just couldn't resist coming back. Well, I'm gonna have to do a big disc cleanup after this, but... Hey, hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.